Missing a hectic August.
Yeah, been mad.
Yeah, me too.
I've been so exhausted sometimes. I'm just like can't do anything but sleep.
Mm.
Um, but at the same time, what I realized is like I realized about holding your own frequency and that I could hold my frequency, like I can hold my frequency and therefore bring others into my frequency or be able to be around others that are in different frequencies, but maintaining my own kind of state. With one of them. But when
Mm.
there were, I couldn't hold
Mm.
it.
Mm.
And also, I was working, like, like, because I was taking days off to travel, and then I was catching up with all my clients in like 2, 3 days.
Mm.
So I'm doing like 2, 3 sessions a day as soon as I get back. Sometimes I'm driving back from one place and then I jump straight back onto a session immediately, just to like
Mm.
doing the sessions because the sessions brought me into my own space again.
Mm.
But yeah, it was hella exhausting, like hella tiring. And I think when I remember, like I had friends over, like Kaya, Kareem, that the group, they came over once for a barbecue, and then I just noticed myself coming back into my energy,
Mm.
coming back into my state, even though others were around, that were different energy. But anyways, yeah, it's just this collective versus like how the frequency and how it works. This was interesting. What about you?
I'm resonating a lot with what you're saying because over our last two conversations, these pieces have come in, and we've spoken about it, where I'm sort of been, I'm going to say, dipped into discomfort, and we spoke about dipped into humanity, like the collective humanity, all these different experiences, whether it was disability, addiction. So there's been a couple of opportunities that have come up that have been that discomfort for me. So going into that discomfort, but the same question was in my mind, is how do I, because in some cases the frequency or the energy was so like uncomfortable, like it just felt like an exhausting frequency. And in other cases, what I thought would be uncomfortable, I was able to maintain frequency. And then yesterday also there was a weird experience. I think my neighbors were having a massive fight, or I don't know what was going on. And it just triggered so much fear in me. And it was just like they were shouting, but it was just, it triggered so much discomfort in me. So I've just found the last 3 months, I'm almost being placed, and also I've chosen, because I wanted to go and experience the discomfort, into things that are really uncomfortable for me, like interactions. And we spoke about being placed in this humanness, in this humanity. But the same question has been, I've always wondered since a child, Jesus says, be in the world, but not of the world, which is exactly that. It's, you can be in this collective, this frequency, but you can still maintain your frequency. And that's what these experiences are showing me. And I'm also like, in some cases, yes, but in some cases, No, it's disrupting me, but I am finding I'm able to get back quicker than I did before because I'm sort of aware of what's going on. But I'm not loving the discomfort. I mean, I did say to the universe, okay, I'm prepared to go, and it's given me quite a lot of opportunities to interact with. But then I'm like, oh, can I just coach like one of my business clients, and then can I just feel like the world is normal and not so hectic? Because things are hectic out there.
Yeah.
People are going through so much stuff. And I haven't shied away from it. I've gone into it. When I was called to the rehab center, I went. When I was called to um, interact with disability, I've gone.
Yeah.
Fragility, that was the last one. Like I went to interact with these older ladies, they in their 80s and 90s. And that also scared me a bit because I was like, oh, what is it? But that was quite interesting. That wasn't energy sapping at all. Um, anyway, so all these different human experiences that the last 2 months have exposed me to. And now yesterday I got this great one, which was the conflict of discomfort of like conflict, like fighting conflict, like physical conflicts. Sure. Um, and I was also like sick. I've been sick. So this weekend I wasn't feeling so well. And then my dog obviously picked it up because she was very restless and she's really sick. I had to rush her to the vets. I'm like, okay, just hang 10, yeah. Uh, um, I want to be in the world, but not of the world. And that doesn't mean don't interact with the world. It means interact fully and still maintain frequency. But I'm struggling with that. So that's why I resonate with what you're saying with your experience, what takes you out and what brings you back.
Practice to coming back, right? It's a practice in coming back.
Yeah.
Mm. I feel like is it also a practice it's a practice in so many things. It's also a practice in saying no to what isn't, aligned for you. And I know sometimes like we're not like, okay, for example, today I was doing this Lam meditation in the morning just for a few minutes, which
Yeah.
is our mantra, right? And you know what? I started feeling a lot more safe. I started feeling a lot more safe just in that few minutes of doing it. And um, I realized when I was safe, I could say no more easily.
Yeah. 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 That's so true. That
Oh,
feeling of safety.
I'm not safe. Like I'm going everywhere, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. 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 I resonate with that.
So is it also a question of saying no? I mean, and I think being like, what is this? Being in the world, but not of it. Being not of this world means not succumbing to the system, not succumbing, but let's say transcending the systems.
Or not being taken by the system. I think it's that awareness and consciousness of the system, but you've sort of got movement and freedom in it because you're not absorbed by it, taken by it. I think it's the practice of that. It's not denying that it exists, but it's also you're not, it doesn't control you or takes you.
Yeah, but it's also transcending in the sense that um so for example, like having, guests here, right?
Yeah,
I love very much and I enjoy having visit me, but
yeah,
also that there's certain ways that are not good for me
yeah, yeah,
and saying no.
yeah.
And feeling like this whole thing of roles, a lot of the system is training you in roles. It's
In
training roles
roles, yeah,
in roles. So it's like um Your role is to be a host. Oh, okay. That means I have to be, I'm responsible for everybody else's kind of plans or happiness, or you know what I mean, to make sure that they're having a good time.
Mm.
And moving beyond that to maybe what would be the right approach if I think about it now, past after the experience, would be being myself in an experience. I think that, I mean, that could go for everything, right? Being myself in an experience. So being not of this world, is it being, could we also say being yourself?
I definitely think so. So what's resonating with me quite strongly is also that, you know, the space where the energy gets dissipated, and then, like you said, uh, moving into that space of wanting to please, wanting everyone to have a nice time, and then that energy is like it dissipates a bit, and then you're not yourself because you're becoming something that's not you. So I think you'll find this interesting. There's a lady here that has started equine therapy. So she's got 5 horses. And I went to go and see her and interact with the horses. And what's quite interesting is she basically gives you a little bit about the horses, but they interact with you. So they essentially, and she doesn't give a reading or anything like that. She says you just, has the horses, and then she watches who comes with you, who comes to you, if they do. And there were 2 horses that came to me, and was so interesting because I didn't know what to expect. So the one horse was a very strong female, and she used to be a racehorse. And she was explaining to me that this horse commands quite a bit of respect, but also was mistreated a bit as a racehorse. But with the other horses, she commands quite a bit of respect. And I thought, oh, she's not going to, and I wasn't sure if she was going to interact with me. Anyway, so I just stood. She said, just stand, and then the horse that wants to interact with you or give you a message will come to you. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to just stand there and see what happens. And this horse, she stood at a distance from me. And I found myself like, you know, that energy, oh, how do I get this horse to interact with me? You know, that's the thing. How do I get the people around me to feel okay, to feel happy, to enjoy themselves? And she moved like a step further. And then I was like, this was coming up. And then I thought, hang on a minute, let me just stand here. And basically, what I intuited, the message was, when you're in your power, then you are expressing yourself. That is more powerful, and the right people, places will come to you, as opposed to trying to disperse so much energy in trying to get attention or get whatever. So she was showing me this. She was showing me this. So I stood and I sort of got the message. So I stood and I stood and I sort of centered and grounded until I felt, you know, that inner power, that being yourself. And the minute I did that, she came to me and walked around me. And I was like, wow, that's that's quite amazing in terms of that's what it means to be in the space, is to be what we are now saying yourself, but it's this grounded space. And until I stopped feeling like I wanted her to come to me, or I wanted that attention, or I wanted her to acknowledge me, until that energy was gone, she didn't come near me. She didn't even acknowledge me. But when I got her message, and the minute I like shifted that energy, she came, walked right around me, and I was like, okay, thank you for that. And then she went off. And I was like, so it sort of gave me a sense of what does it feel like, you know, what does it actually feel like to be yourself, to be in that space versus not, that like disparate, confusing, disoriented space, which I'm feeling today from this weekend. But I think that's the practice is, and I and when I listen to you also, it sounds like that's what you were also going through with the visit, and then different visitors, and like standing. firm in that space, but not resisting it, being so centered internally strong
So
that you don't have to resist the space.
I also want to, I want to add, like, I feel like it's not just staying in your frequency in some sense, because that almost puts almost like some kind of judgment on us for not being able to do that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Maybe think about it this way, like, mm, or feel into it. Different things at different times. Sometimes we need to withdraw, and that's what helps us. Sometimes
Mm,
we need to resist and put a boundary.
mm,
Sometimes we need to not react, but move from reaction into, like last time we talked about it, from reaction into self love or love externally. I mean, either way, it's the same thing.
mm,
Sometimes we need to see the higher pathway, take time to see the higher pathway. So I feel like it's very it's and not being of this world means what? Like being, for me, I want to reinterpret it because there's this old idea that we have to get out of the world, you know, like,
mm, mm.
or we have to transcend everything worldly and just go to the divine, which is an upwards motion. But what if
So,
it simply, like, if we come back to being myself, it's a theme right there. You know, yesterday I closed down communication and with certain people because I needed like I just feel like I couldn't hear myself.
mm,
And everywhere I'm looking is noise. And so I'm like, I just need to cut down some noise that I can at least control,
mm,
you know?
mm,
And I was starting to, I just knew I need to hear myself.
mm,
And you know what's so interesting is like my hair has been bothering me a lot, right? My hair is like constantly like, I feel like it's a constant bird's nest. It is constant. Like I like it if it looks like this, if it looks pretty and beautiful and the curls come out nicely, but it's still a headache to wear because it's like it doesn't feel like it's out of my way.
mm, mm,
And I had thought about doing dreads before, but then when I checked with ChatGPT, it said, you don't do dreads for aesthetics.
mm,
And I'm like, okay, I'm definitely not ready, you know, to tie my hair.
mm,
And I was asking other people, what do you think? Should I dread my hair? Blah, blah, blah. And yesterday I had this moment where I could actually start hearing myself like feeling what I want, what feels good for me.
mm,
And it's really hard with like with hair and beauty and things like that, actually.
mm,
We're doing it for ourselves, but really we're doing it for the external gaze. So,
mm,
for example, right now, like no makeup, no, I'm still in pajamas, you know. Um, Yesterday I put on eyeshadow to go and see a client. I never put eyeshadow, but I literally did it because I wanted to just play. It was the
mm,
first idea what it looked like. I was just literally just I just saw some colors. I'm like, let me play with these colors.
mm,
I was able to taste. I don't know how else to explain this yesterday for the first time. What doing something just like literally just for whatever I want
mm,
and completely disconnect from any external gaze, what it feels
mm,
like. It's so
mm,
subtle.
mm,
It's like thinner than a veil. The shape.
mm, mm,
And even with the dreadlocks, I could be like, okay, you know what? I could even realize I'm like I could never get my own. I could have to I'd have to shave my head to be able to if I change my mind or if I ever get rid of them, you know,
mm,
or I'd have to cut them, you know, what I
mm,
mean? The process, and I'd have short hair and whatever. I mean, of course, that's totally doable, but is this fear. And I started thinking, wait, what is my relationship with my hair? And I started to feel it. And I just started to feel my own feeling with my hair. Like right
Mm,
now, it feels coarse. That's how I feel my relationship with my hair is. I'm going around with this subtle feeling of coarseness because it's not like, tidily, it's not rough, but you know what I mean? Like I feel my hair is coarse in the way that it is.
mm,
So what for me, if I were to dread it, it would feel clean and powerful. You know what I mean? Like it's just about my. So if we move this thing of being not of this world
mm,
and kind of take it to today's context, which could be being who you truly are in every moment,
mm,
then sometimes being who we truly are is sometimes being out of alignment.
mm. Out of alignment to
Who we truly are,
external.
even to true who we truly are. Because like in that moment, I'm just trying to. So it's like I could not feel this level of sensitivity about how I am catering to external gaze so much until I felt it.
Mm,
And that is who I truly am also.
mm,
Just have this need for perfection at every moment. I want to throw that. I want to like throw that in like, I want to vomit in that. You know what I mean? Like that's just horrible. This
mm,
way, constantly like
mm,
I should be able to hold my frequency and blah blah blah. But that's not
mm,
who I truly am is
mm.
the soul on a journey. Anyway, lots of mixed up thoughts, but
I'm just reflecting on that because it's so true to be here where we are. You 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 know you can't hold a frequency continuously that's perfect. It's exactly that. So maybe Ramakrishna could do it, or Yogananda could do it, or Babaji, but to truly, I don't even know if that's what it actually is. Like, it's not to be this 100% frequency, because actually, what I'm realizing more and more is if you're trying to do that, you're actually resisting and avoiding all other frequencies. And we're on this plane. So I think of Jesus because everyone came to Jesus, whether it was the leper, whether it was, he was Buddha, was it Buddha or Krishna that left their life? It was Buddha that left their life of luxury to go and see humanity, poverty, death, disease. So it's, so the more I'm realizing it's about not resisting the frequency, but within that, it's also saying you're right. It's also not judging, because I mean that's what I was doing. I think what we were doing is saying, okay, so well, if we're doing the spiritual work, why can't we maintain this perfect frequency? But it's not it's not, I don't think it's not possible. It's not supposed to be like that. But I think it is coming to the subtleness of what is this frequency here. Like you say, the subtleness of not being perfect for the external gaze, being able to interact with what that actually means energetically, and your hair giving you that message, that interaction. Maybe that's what the learning is.
and who said Jesus didn't cry and Jesus didn't snap?
Of course he did. In the temple he snapped. Um
who said that he didn't lose it? Or do you know what I mean? Like,
Oh, he did.
he was enlightened. If he was enlightened, okay, he would never lose it because it is who he became.
Yes, but he did lose it in the temple. So he was like a human.
Was he doing that? I don't know.
Say again.
Was he losing? Did he lose it, or was he deliberately? Did he deliberately do that?
It could have been both.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, so if we look at the trajectory of all the energy, right? So I feel this year has been a lot of letting go, and
Yes. Yes.
it's the year of the snake.
Oh, it's definitely a shedding of skin, a letting go, a transformation.
A lot of letting go, and now it's and what was this last month? Was this like whatever this period was?
Mm.
I feel like it is now maybe the external stimuli helping us to let go.
Yes, that's spot on. That's exactly it. All these things of discomfort that I call is that the external stimuli, but more stimuli. So really being, yeah, pushed into stimuli more so
Help
to
let
to truly let go. Yes, yes, very much.
Because if I look at the fact that I said, listen to some people, like, I just don't want to communicate right now. I've got too much going on and I need space, to hear myself.
Mm,
I don't think I've ever done that before. I literally don't think I've ever done that. But the intensity of the situation is what forced me to do it,
mm,
you know? Or being exposed to, you know, guests or visitors that I would say are in a different frequency of life.
mm,
Um, Maybe that was to let go of this need to realize that I need to let go of, like, because the result is exhaustion if I try to keep up with the life that they are
mm,
currently, that
mm,
frequency that they are living in.
mm, mm,
It's totally exhausting. So maybe it was also about now I'm going to have to, because I've moved so much into something different. Um,
mm,
it's like I have to live differently, even when I'm surrounded by others who are living differently.
mm.
So maybe, because I'm going to the UK in December and
Okay.
family there. And, the only thing that cannot disappear as you ascend is family, right?
Yes.
Generally. I mean, they could technically, but you know what I mean.
No, no,
Like,
but I mean, and also, family does bring up loads of the stuff.
yeah, they are the deepest teachers in some way, right? The closest teachers.
Mm,
And to navigate because there's so much closeness, you know? But yeah,
mm,
maybe December I'm gonna have to find that way. What is that way for me to stay? It's like maybe I have to do different things. Maybe I don't have to be with them as much as possible, which is what I
mm,
know because normally I'm there to visit them.
mm,
I don't know. I don't know what it means, but I do feel it is like, okay, Lineha, you cannot, you're no longer in that life,
mm.
you know? So it's letting go in a different way.
Letting go for me has now become the moment a resistance pops up inside from whatever external, and not fighting with it or just starting to be more conscious and aware of it, and just allowing it to be, not to that, what do they call it, the moment between stimulus and response, and being in that space, whatever it brings. It's not thinking so much about it. That's what why I say that is more, that's the practice I'm using to sort of move back into self. I must say it's challenging though. This year has been quite a challenge of that, the letting go. It's really like you too. It's bringing a lot of things up. Hey, deeper and deeper things. And also, if it's in your home, it's quite in your face. I mean, you've had a lot of those challenges in your space. Then it's
I
there all the time.
still have,
It can be really awful
and it's
and
the
transformational.
what I'm learning is that actually these big decisions, that polarity of yes and no,
Mm.
go back and forth, is actually part of the process.
Mm.
I don't know how to explain it because it's like the body needs, it has these two sides. The body needs to move between them because it's not just one story, it's many stories running through you.
Mm.
And that's also why I've taken time off from external stimulants so I can
Mm.
feel more about what needs to happen. And I think it's because I keep going to the conclusion. I keep going to, as you're speaking, I'm realizing I keep going to the conclusion. I keep going to the outcome, like it's a yes or a no, but maybe it's neither. Maybe it
Mm.
just what it is, and
Mm.
that has to go and work its way into the outcome that is unknown. And because
I,
you know what I
yeah, I think what's coming through is also the yes and the no. There's a continuous yes and a no in every moment. And it's learning, like, what is the yes when I'm in that centered, grounded space? What is the yes and what is the no, irrespective of the external? Because then when the external occurs, then I know what a yes and a no feels like if I'm in my centered space, whatever happens, as opposed to the yes and the no for an expected final outcome. Because it's right, as you say, I can say yes to this now and it'll change my outcome completely. Or I can say no. It's actually the continuous process all the time.
and also I think it's about what is the yes for me, not what is the no to the other. Because I'm
Yes.
focused
Yeah.
on the other rather than what is the yes to me, to myself. Wow, I'm
Mm.
having literally today, and it's been such a painful process of lack of clarity
Mm.
or changing clarity, or and it must be in a certain way, or blah 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 blah. So what is the but to be to live, but to live from your yes,
In the world as it is. Mm.
to live, but to live from your inner yes.
And that inner yes is so like strong and steadfast that the external becomes less and less, mm, it affects you less. Not that it doesn't affect, but it impacts and affects your stability, safety less.
Yeah. And there were these three cards which were the answer to the
Oh,
other
yes.
card.
Let's see.
Is this card first?
Oh, beautiful. What does that say? 36. What does it
Come,
say? Come to the edge.
and this
Mm.
one here.
Milk and honey. What do you
And
want?
I think it was it this one. I don't know if it was this one. It was because that was another reading.
Those are beautiful cards.
There was one more I can't remember. I'm gonna ask Rahul to send me a picture of it. So I was just like, well, how is this the answer to the of course it's the answer to the exhaustion. There was one more I can't remember. Um, there were three cards, and I'm realizing how it was the answer now
And what
because
realizing?
yes, yeah, it was this one, this one.
Time to go.
I don't even use the word, but I realize how it's the answer to all of this exhaustion and to
Mm-hmm.
how to live from your yes.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just live from your yes. I feel like they're all saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting the time to go and the first card that you got, which was a time, a timer, sand timer.
So this card, how I read it in that moment was, you're constantly waiting for your opportunity and your moment and your time for somebody from the outside to call you.
Yeah.
But and then you're constantly like in this state of not being, you're like in the lack state because you're waiting.
Yeah.
The truth is, there's going to be a moment when you're going to be called and you're going to be then scared. And you're going to be like, oh shit. So, just enjoy where you are because the moment you're called is come it's gonna come, but you don't know when it's gonna come, but it's gonna come, and then when it comes it's another whole thing,
Mm,
you know.
mm,
And this one was also like, I think this is just saying live deeply with yourself, you know. So these are the answers, and it's almost like I don't need to worry, almost like with this yes no and this,
mm,
the world is almost the no to the world,
mm,
right? Instead of saying no to the world, say yes to yourself,
mm,
because that's what we do with activism. It's what I actually teach, which is don't fight the power, be the power.
mm,
There's the same thing we could say, which is it's not really about the no, it's about the yes. And this is like saying live deeply with that yes.
mm. Take more, be more courageous, live even deeper with it.
Yeah, like just feel like if it's rest, say yes to that deeply. Say yes to the rest that you need. Say yes. Don't just guilt. Like the guilt is constantly coming up about everything.
Mm,
And yeah, this card as well. This one, the baby elephant. It's
mm,
like now and then live fully in every simplicity.
mm,
Like live fully in every simplicity. So if you're like lying down, like live that down moment. If you're drinking tea, like, anyways. So I feel they were all saying the same thing. And maybe that's how maybe this is the escape route from this hecticness, because the hecticness, we're trying to respond to it.
it doesn't work.
So maybe it's saying no. It's about what's the yes in everything.
And then letting go of that response that comes up. I'm just feeling it now, the guilt. Oh, no, 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 I can't just lie and listen to crickets. I mean, what's that about?
Is out of guilt or out of I need to push myself. I need to test myself.
Yes, yes, I can't. I've got to get up and do something. Whereas all I want to do is just lie in the sun or listen to a cricket right now, you know? Yeah.
And that wisdom, this card very, very much said that. The more
Mm,
you do that, the more you call abundance to you. So the world is saying be busy,
mm,
productive, but not of this world is the yes that is your deeper inner knowing of what is true for you, which is
mm,
the grass and the sun.
mm. It's not busyness, but he's highly intelligent, organized, clear, clarity,
Intelligence.
abundant.
the embodiment of wisdom, truth, abundance, peace, freedom, liberation.
It's actually amazing how there needs to be this disruption in order to get this wisdom. Yeah.
It is the out of alignment that is needed.
Mhm. To go back to alignments,
For the alignment to even be found, not even to go back, but to
or to, yeah,
find
it's already there.
the alignment if you're not out of alignment.
Mm.
You don't feel the out of alignment, you can't find the alignment.
Mm.
Right.
Mm.
So beautiful how it all came together also.
Mm.
These three cards are so, that reading was so powerful. I love doing group readings because it's like I'm reading for other people, but I'm also in the reading. And it's different.
Mm.
It's very different.
Mm.
I get to experience my own reading, but
Mm.
for myself. So I love doing group readings. I've been pondering this card for so long. I'm like, what is the answer to that, you know?
The third one, the time.
All of them. But yeah, that was definitely me, you know, that time thing.
Mm.
The answers were in the three cards, you know?
Mm.
It's because I'm trying to set also a deadline. I'm trying to set an outcome. These are all time-bound things, right?
Mm.
An outcome is a time-bound thing because outcome is limited to a specific time because the outcome of an action can be infinite
Mm.
or is infinite, truly.
It is infinite and can change. An outcome is, but the outcome we set externally is time bound.
Mm.
And then so much resistance comes up when it doesn't occur in that way.
This one also tells me is free yourself from the must.
Mm.
Just let go
Which
of all must.
just let go, which is courage, and but it gives you freedom.
Isn't this not of this world?
Totally go to the edge.
Yeah.
It's been such an interesting, it's just an interesting journey, an interesting experience this year. I'd say quite deeply, it's deeper and deeper.
Like it's
Trans-
been in a very different way.
very intense. It's transformational in an incredibly intense and unexpected way.
Different way because I remember the first year of transformation was intense in an awful. I never want to go back there. That was like, you
Mm.
know, the spirituality God.
No, no, it's yeah. This one feels like roller coaster-ish, you know? It feels like it's also interesting because there's no outcome. There's no, you can't put an outcome to this. It's been so unexpected, unpredictable, but so deep. So again,
Let me
just it's taking you to the edge all the time, all the time.
see if I can feel the energy of where we're moving, okay?
Mm.
Because, yeah, it made sense when I could feel it when we were talking about this month. So it's this year. So we've gone through the year of the catalyst.
Mm.
That was the year when the floor fell between us. That was the year of the root chakra. Like the floor was just taken away from us. That was the
Mm.
first 2020. Well, 2021 really for me.
Yeah, 21.
2019. But then 2021 in some ways. God, that was the year of darkness.
Mm.
And then 2022 was learning to find the light in some ways.
Mm.
2023 was go deep, go high.
Go deep, go high, definitely.
2024 was, I don't even remember 2024, but
It was
some
a lot of meeting, let's think 2023 into 2024, a lot of meeting the darkness, meeting the,
balance. I feel like what we're studying is balance. So maybe it was about that balance of light and dark, because I think 2023 was a lot of shadow.
2023 was a lot of shadow. 2024 was, balance, sort
Right?
of in that shadow.
And
It was intense, but still there,
then 2025 was shedding.
shading.
So what's coming in 2026 is I just getting the words new, unknown, unknown, new, unknown.
That resonates because if you're on the path now, it is new and unknown all the time, basically.
Yeah. But I do feel like 2026 is like new dawn.
I also feel there's like a settling into what safety is now. So safety means something different now. So you can still be in the new and unknown and safe. Uh, it's a new way.
This year was a lot of safety because in order for you to shed, you have to find that safety.
Mm. But also a lot of courage because you can still choose not to shed because it's completely unsafe.
Yeah.
Think about it. But then the courage to no, 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 I'd rather shed, thanks, which is can feel completely unsafe. Think about all the moves you've made. I'm thinking about all the places of discomfort that have shown up this year. You could say, no, thanks, I'll just stay and
Yeah.
not shed.
Yeah.
I'll just keep to my skin. Thank you very much. I'm going to keep it on. I'm not going to shed it. We're just going to stay here. We haven't done that. It's an option.
Yeah. Another reason I think I needed to cut communication with,
Yeah.
it's also so I can find my own stability. Because I
Yeah.
feel trying to lean on others
Yeah.
and I needed to feel it for myself. You definitely see, 2025 when I did the card reading,
Mm.
people were all saying 2023 or I did one card reading one year and everybody was like, oh, this is the year of light. And I'm like, I didn't see that in my reading.
I remember that reading, yeah.
Now, this year, I want to do it for 2026 because I do feel it's like been a how many 2021, 2022, 2023. So 2029 was initiation, was no, was not initiation, but the 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 year where things started moving already, but we
Mm.
didn't in, do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Like all my work stuff at the organization started going haywire.
Mm.
2029. So it
Mm.
was a year where things were clicking.
Mm.
2020 was the year of the great pause.
Mm.
And then 2020,
Yeah, it
dark.
started. New cycle.
So 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 5 years plus the two before as
Mm.
7.
Mm.
If I think about when I left the panel in 20, initiating in 2013, and then 2020, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, so 24, 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and then 19. So 7 years also.
Makes sense as a cycle, 9 years.
7. I'm getting 7, but not 9.
7. No, 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 but I'm just thinking the numerology is that other thing is about 1 to 9 is a full
Cycle.
cycle. 7 being the deepest spiritual point of the cycle.
And I've always felt that in September, things are going to start to begin already.
It's so interesting. I've let go of what it must look like, what it must, I've even let go of like, this is when this is going to occur. This is all of that. It's more like now I literally am just going experience to experience. So I know there's transformation at a bigger level, but I'm letting go of what it looks like, what it's even relationship. I'm not even, it was a big thing for me. And now it's like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not, I literally think I'm just living experience to experience because there's so much happening in the present moment. Like there's so much happening, as in, not as in chaotic things to do. I mean, there's things to do, but there's so much happening in this space now of letting go, of experiencing, of resistance, non-resistance, of that it's so full. So I've let go of what it's going to look like, because I'm realizing the more you transform, the more changes what it looks like, you know. I don't know if that makes sense. I've let go of what the picture must look like. Doesn't mean I don't have desires or I don't have, I've
Yeah.
let go of what it needs to be,
I don't
what
even
like I
care.
don't even think about it. Say again.
It's the same. I don't even care what it looks like.
Mm.
Like, I don't care.
Me
Um,
too. I actually don't care. There's no
um,
point.
but what I want to let go of even more is that if I don't take certain steps, it won't. That's what I'm worried about, to be honest. Like if I don't this this
Yeah, yeah,
this domestic
yeah,
system, if I
yeah,
don't break, it won't
yeah,
come. I don't want to be like that.
yeah.
But the wisdom is not, I think it's just saying,
It's saying follow your yes. So even in knowing what that yes is in the home space, it's take going on the edge, I think, to follow that yes.
I think but the thing is, what's coming up for me when I look at this, I think about all the people I love. I could
Mm.
see, and it just hurts. And I think that's why the truth is maybe I've just not been ready.
You've not been?
And I think the trick is then not to do it in the big ways, but to do it in the small way.
Mm. Mm. That's why I say just in this moment, do what that moment brings forth.
You know what has also helped me recently is getting to the yes,
Mm.
is also reorienting. It's something that my friend Kareem told me, is reorienting.
Mm.
Um, so for example, normally I would think of, okay, so sometimes I think of sessions as tiring, exhausting, or work,
Mm.
and it's where I get paid, right?
Mm.
But like in this recent situation, I started thinking about it as a space for me to just be home with myself, like come back to myself. So it
Mm.
took on a completely different meaning.
Mm.
So in the same way, it's like anything I'm doing now, I can reorient.
Mm.
So even if I think I haven't posted anything on Instagram, by the way. Have you posted anything that does has done for you? No.
Oh, I posted up. No, I did. I posted the videos on Substack.
Oh, good. Good for you. I've done nothing.
I mean, I don't have any viewers or anything, but I did post it. So it was the action of just putting it out was fun. It was enough for me, even if no one sees it. I was like, "Ugh, I'm not going to be afraid of that."
Because I don't know how to use it, but yeah, like reorienting about that.
I the reorientating, I'm resonating with that in terms of this whole being in that external space or the non-clarity or the disruption and reorienting back. So yesterday, with all this chaos going on next door, so the fighting and the screaming, I was like, I don't know what's going on, but it really like triggered a huge internal disruption for me. I was feeling quite out of sorts. And normally the response would be, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? How do I, like it's I must do, I must do. What do I do? How do I calm this down? It wasn't even in my space. It was next door, but I could hear it and it just brought the stuff up. And then I thought, okay, this is disorientating and discomfort. So I thought, what would be the normal, what would I normally be doing if I was in my normal space on a Sunday? I'd be walking the dog or reading, or because when I'm in that other like chaotic space, I'm not settled. I'm very unsettled. I'm like, I'll make coffee and then I'll do this, then I'll do this. Then I think, oh, I must read a book. Let me open my computer because I'm trying to figure and work with all this unsettled energy. And I was like, hang on, this is just energy. This is not me. It's not my stuff. So I thought, okay, let me just be in this energy. And it took me a while. Hey, it took me a few hours, but normally it would have taken much longer. And then I thought, okay, well, I'd be drinking some tea. I'd be sitting outside. It's quiet. I'd be listening to the birds. And then I was just practicing with that reorienting. And eventually I was able to let go of that disruptive energy. And I think it is that practice, because even my dog was picking it up. Your animals show really what you, and I think that's why she's probably sick. But but that was it was quite a big trigger for me. It was a big trigger to come up for me. That's why I say the universe is like putting us into all these really uncomfortable spaces, and it's that I like that word, reorienting, learning how to reorient and let it go, shed it, because it's actually just an energetic response. It's not necessary to cling to it, hang on to it, respond from it. It's not necessary, but it's not easy. It's not like this is like, you
Because
know,
like reorientation and shedding is interesting though, but I wouldn't normally connect it. But if you think about it, reorientation allows you to shed because it just
yes,
so that whatever is being held
yes,
other places can just fall away.
yes.
I really want to reorient so many things. I want to reorient. Oh, there's so many things I want to reorient.
You don't have to worry about thinking about it. It's the universe is saying, here we go. You said you want to reorient. Woohoo! Let's just give you some opportunities, which this year has given. And August, I feel it's like gone up a notch. It's like been excel, expanded a bit on the reorientation opportunities. Yeah. I was just amazed at how the energy came up so much so, and it was interesting. I was nauseous. She was hurling. It was like a shedding, you know? Yeah, it's not a most comfortable process, I must say.
I feel like it's been really tough, but I don't feel it's, like I said, there's nothing compared to 2021, 2021. Like,
No. It's tough, but in a very
that's what I'm saying.
different way. Yeah, because 2021 was hell on earth. Just saying.
Oh,
It was, yeah, that whole beginning, 2021, 2023. But this one has been tough, but in a different, very different way. It's not like completely disempowering. It's like every time you go through it, there's a strength and a power that sort of comes from that.
no. I feel like it has been more empowering, or
Mm,
it's maybe it's that we are more empowered to move through this.
through it. I think so. I
Yeah,
think so.
you've been a swimmer and you have to swim a very difficult place because
Mm,
it's just not that overwhelming.
mm.
We know how to come back to ourselves. We know what we need to do. We know that it's possible. We know there's the unknown. We've moved through so much. Yeah.
Mm. I think also that's why the work is now deeper. It's going into really, if you think of this year, it's going into core stuff. Like it's not that we haven't done core stuff, but I mean it's really going into deep, big stuff. Um, it needs to shed. It's like a real cleansing, cleaning the pipeline.
Right. Okay, well, it was lovely to speak to you.
And you, thank you so much.
See you in 2 weeks.
I'll see you in 2 weeks. Lots of love.
Good
Let's
luck.
see what occurs. Stand on the edge. Enjoy
Okay,
that edge.
okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Lots of love. Bye.